It's so important to be teachable, to be open, to be receptive to constructive criticism or constructive feedback. So many of us, our egos and our insecurities and our self-worth is so low that anytime someone says something that we don't like, we disagree with, or is offensive to us or makes us uncomfortable, we go on the attack. And it really reveals more about you as a person, how you react when you're faced with uncomfortable truths, when you're faced with something that might contradict your belief system. Are you open? Are you receptive? Are you engaging? Are you curious to find out how or why the other person believes what they do? Do you question them? When someone challenges you, do you get emotional? Do you get reactive? Do you get agitated? And that, again, is so revealing if you look at it and go, whoa, why am I having this type of reaction? It's completely unwarranted. I can have a calm, rational conversation. And things have gotten so politically heated in our country and maybe even in around the world that people are afraid to even just talk about things that they might have a difference of opinion with someone else, because the other person gets really offended and emotional and they attack our character, they attack us as a person. And the worst thing that can happen in any society is that there is a loss of free speech, because then we're headed down dangerous grounds. It's so important that everybody has an opportunity to speak freely without fear of repercussion, that they're going to get canceled, that they're going to get fired, that they're going to get judged, that they're going to get harassed, that they're going to be ostracized. Because then what happens is people then keep all this stuff inside and become even more angry, more upset. We've got to have open dialogue. I'm so concerned with any type of self-censoring that we do, or external censoring that happens, because it really shuts down the flow of ideas. And I've gotten in very calm, rational conversations, or I've tried to, with people who've had we've had a difference of opinion, or oftentimes I'm just curious as to what they believe, and I can't believe some of the reactions I get, where they get really emotional. They get, sometimes, in one case, I got in a discussion with a woman, and she started like on the verge of crying. And all I did was just ask her questions about why she believed what she believed. And she was angry at me. And it's really unhealthy. It's not emotionally stable to have such a visceral reaction when people don't agree with what we are saying. Like, we should fight for the right for people to speak freely. It's the only way that we can have a true democracy and we can have peace, is being able to have conversations and letting other people who have unpopular opinions speak. And it's really concerning the direction the country is going with this shutdown of free speech. It saddens me, because one of my deepest values is freedom. And even if I disagree with someone, I will want to listen and try to have a factual, rational, intellectual, logical conversation with them, not based on emotions, not based on stuff that we've been fed by mainstream media or by the government or by social media, but based on facts where we have done our own research. We've read books, we've researched both sides of the argument, we've been open to both sides of the argument, and we can allow people, we could just, what we used to have, we could just have uncomfortable conversations without getting so upset, or in some cases getting violent. And that's a real concern. It's a real sad state of affairs, and it's a slippery slope when we start justifying, well, these people's opinions are unpopular and we need to shut them down. You're going to see the danger of that as more and more opinions are censored, filtered, ignored, or just are met with extreme hostility and anger and vitriol. And if we as human beings contribute to that, what does that say about us? And that why are we so incapable of being able to hear and discuss a difference of opinion? Why are we so attached to our ideology? And why do we need to make ourselves right and the other person wrong? And I think a lot of that is we feel like, hey, we're being a social justice warrior, or we feel like we are in the right and they're wrong, and it's an ego thing. There's a lot of components that go into this, but it's something that, in my opinion, we should all strive for, is being able to listen to each other. Even if you're talking the far left and the far right, like to really sit down and have a factual, rational conversation is, hey, maybe we are able to more so meet in the middle. Not that you're going to change the other person's viewpoint. And I know I said in previous video, don't have political discussions. And for the most case, that's true, because most people can't have calm, rational, intellectual political discussions. They just can't. It's very, very divisive. And so the majority of the time, it's better to keep quiet. But I have had some very stimulating and engaging and enriching discussions with people that see things different from me. And I like to learn why people think the way they do and believe the way they do, and even to challenge them. And I like when I'm challenged. Hey, maybe there's something wrong, or there's flaws in my way of thinking or the way I look at the world. And someone who is well-read and is not just regurgitating what they hear on mainstream media, it's very stimulating, and it can open my eyes as well. And so we just all need to just take a deep breath and listen to each other, and in a calm, relaxed way. It's necessary. It's not even an option anymore. It's otherwise things are going to get darker and darker. And that's something that we should all be on the lookout for, and we should bring and contribute to the conversation and be role models of being able to have healthy dialogue and healthy disagreements. And that's what I've got today, and I thank you for tuning in. If you want ridiculously affordable life coaching, my email is in the description. Just send me an email, and any way you can support the channel by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting is greatly appreciated. And thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, bye-bye.